So you want to climb the ranks. You want to get to Celestial, but it feels like every game your teammates are holding you down. Well, I'm here to tell you that there is a way to get there, and it doesn't take good aim, a good PC, or even a good team. All it takes is 3 simple things that all good players have, and you would not believe them. Solo queuing can feel completely impossible. Teammates can hold you down, throw, or go 3 and 13 and refuse to switch off DPS. How can I win a game if I'm playing a 1 versus 6? Well, the short answer is you can't. But I can promise you, after these tips, you will win more of your games, and solo queuing will feel less like gambling for a good team and more like creating one. The most important being the last. So make sure you stay till the very end. The first step to overcoming the mountain that is solo queue is your mentality. Whether your teammates are the problem or not, if you want to start winning games, you have to look inward at what you did wrong. Instead of looking at the leaderboard after the game to find somebody to blame, recap your game and look for 3 things: why you died, why your team crumbled, and what you could have done to change that. The leaderboard isn't going to tell you anything about the game. It doesn't tell you how many healers you distracted, how many ultimates you shut down, and it certainly doesn't tell you why you lost. Once we start looking at what is in our control, it allows us more room to take over games and call game-winning shots. But if we can't even control our mental, and we want to blame our teams, we are going to stay exactly where we are. Don't look at the leaderboard. You can go 68 and 6 and still lose a game. Instead, look at the changes you can make in yourself for the next game that will benefit your team and allow you guys to come together, and look for changes you can make for future games against similar team comps. I know it sounds cliche, but mentality really is the number 1. After your mentality is solid as a rock, we can move on to the next secret, which is communication. Whether you're typing or using voice chat, we have to communicate with our team. If your healers are getting picked off, ask them why. If everyone is playing separate, tell them to push closer together. If a player keeps overcommitting, tell your team to capitalize. Even using simple callouts like healers ping Venom if he's diving, or if I pull in a tank, everyone shoot him. These callouts can really make or break games. Think of solo queuing like being the IGL of the game. Call shots, tell that tank to stop overcommitting, and call out when ults have been used and strategy for when to use them. You almost have to be your brain for your teammates. So make sure to call out when ults have been used and create a strategy for using your ults together. Usually, if you make callouts, other people will too. And when you start communicating, it makes your team deadly, especially in solo queue. So let's engage with our team and maybe even teach them. Whether we are typing in chat or using push to talk, it will make all of the difference if you want to win solo queue. The last tip I can give is analyzation of the game as it goes. You have to make changes in your team as early as possible if something isn't working. So you need to have an analytical mind when you play. Look at your comp versus theirs, how their team is getting picks, how their team is using ultimates, and how your team can counter these things. After analyzing the game, communicate and ask your team to adjust accordingly. If they're running Iron Man, maybe use a Punisher or a Hela. If some players don't listen, don't let it bother you. Just keep trying to make those adjustments yourself. So make sure you analyze the game, be the one to flex if you need to, and communicate with your team. Now that you understand what it takes, you are sure to push to the next rank. The last secret I can give you is to stop queuing after 5 or 6 games. After you win 5 games, take your wins, get on an ult account, or play quick play. If you keep queuing after a loss, you will keep losing. And if you keep queuing for too long, you will get bad teammates. Learn how to take your wins, relax, and play with your friends. Marvel Rivals matchmaking is really weird, and you don't want to risk it. Well, I hope you guys will win more games and rank up after this guide. If you want a more in-depth analyzation guide, I have a complete Marvel Rivals strategy and team composition guide that will make you an analytical genius and allow you to make those adjustments you need to win games. Watch that here. Thanks.